Well, it's welcome to Sean Peirce, who was all over South African television screens last night, Sean, with your appearance on Carte Blanche. I'm just by way of background, we've been following this whole Africrypt story from day one, when or alleged that these two youngsters, Raees and Ameer Cajee, and their cryptocurrency business had stolen 54 billion rand from investors. Now, that appears to have been more than a slight overreach. Just by way of background, what is it that you do?
I'm a private investigator. So we mandated by the investigators to check the so-called hack that they claim and that they lost investors' money.
So you were brought into the whole Africrypt story when?
In April this year. As soon as they sent that letter out, that Raees sent the letter out stating that they had been hacked and people mustn't panic, investors came to us and we jumped on it immediately.
And what do you do in a case like that? How do you, which pretty complex, I guess, when one thinks about the whole cryptocurrency world?
Yeah, it can be complicated. So what we did was we got cyber IT consultants in, and we went through the systems and that to prove or to see if they were actually in fact hacked or not. And we proved that they weren't hacked. This was just a scam or exit strategy or whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of hype about it all over the world, and people are calling it all sorts of things, but we believe this was a scam.
Did you meet Raees and Ameer Cajee?
No, I've never met them.
But tell us a bit about them. You clearly would have investigated who they are and what they were up to.
So they're young guys, 18 and 21, and they started Africrypt years ago. Apparently, they're very good with algorithms and software. And then they started this Africrypt trading platform in Bitcoin, lured investors in. They paid money into the FNB bank account, promising them Bitcoin and promising to trade Bitcoin for them. Once they had deposited money into the account, there was a email sent back that was a receipt saying, here's your Bitcoin wallet address. We've received your funds. Thank you. We'll now start trading for you. We checked those Bitcoin wallet addresses. There's no movement in or out of them.
So were they created in the first place?
Possibly they were created as a smokescreen to say, guys, there's your Bitcoin wallet address. Oh, wow, I've got an address now. Now they're going to start trading for me.
So how much money was injected by investors into this whole scheme?
It's very difficult to say. You know, they say 3.6 billion or 51 billion rand, $3.6 billion or 51 billion rand. We have 35 cases with the Hawks totaling 51 million rand. There are other guys in Johannesburg that are up to 100 million rand. We know that over 180 million rand went through the FNB bank account in South Africa. So a lot of people would have traded Bitcoin and transferred Bitcoin from their Bitcoin wallets to the Cajee brothers' wallet addresses to trade because they were offering good returns, 10 and 13%.
So the minimum, if 180 million went through the FNB account, would say it's that much. And then, as you say, there was other money that would have been transferred across from other Bitcoin accounts. It all sounds, very, was it, or was it just a common old garden scam?
So they were hacked before in 2019. And they seem to have got away with it. So we don't know if it was their exit strategy or what they were doing. But if you look at the scenarios and some of the information that's come forward, they got a Vanuatu passport residency. Why would you get residency in a different country if you knew you were going to be hacked? If you were hacked legitimately, surely you should stay in South Africa, sit with your investors and say, guys, hang on, There's the proof. Let us show you we were hacked. Let us try to resolve this. Or if half the money was hacked, let us trade out and get small money back on your returns instead of just disappearing, because that makes you look guilty.
So, where are these guys at the moment? If they have these Vanuatu passports, are they sitting in that little island in the Pacific?
No, not yet. We in contact with the government there to have their residency revoked, as well as we are tracking them. The last track a couple of days ago was in Dubai. So they're in and out of Dubai, the Maldives, the UK. They're all over the show.
Hmm. Doing what exactly? Hiding from justice?
Party. I don't know what they're doing. They're having a good time on other people's money.
So it's that simple. They claim to have have their system hacked, but actually they took the money and left the country. How do you do that though? Surely there's exchange control and other issues to be aware of.
So there's a lot of questions that have been asked, as well as why wasn't SARS involved? Uh, what about your KYC, know your client document? Why didn't the bank jump on all these large amounts, these transactions going through their account? We've got some of the bank accounts, and it's crazy the flow of money in and out. And why weren't the authorities alerted? That's the next big question that's going to come.
People who invested, the 35 who got hold of you, kind of person who put money in. We were told or have been told that it's primarily people in the Muslim community. Is that accurate?
No, not my guys. There's a couple of Muslims, maybe a handful, mostly businessmen, but from all races. Uh, yeah, so no, my guys are not predominantly Muslim.
And how did they hear about the Kajees? Is this a word of mouth kind of marketing, or did they market more aggressively?
They had some presentations where they had guys. They were very, very clever. They call it a salesperson. So you would invest 1 million with me, and for argument's sake, and we trade it out for you, and we've made you 1.6 million, and we bring you to the representation that we're going to do, and you say, but there's the guy, and he's living proof that they made money. So obviously you put your money in. It's a long game. They call it the long game. It's not a quick fix. It's the long game. So they play you until they think, well, there's enough in the pot now, or what. We actually don't know what they think. They're 18 and 21. It doesn't matter how clever they are with algorithms and software technology, and that you're still very immature.
And what about the family, their father, mother, other people who presumably are either in South Africa, but they would have contacts and connections as well? Have you been able to interview them?
The whole family is hiding in Dubai. We have proof that there's money that's gone in and out of the father's bank account. That evidence has been given to the police. So you're involved. There's proceeds of a crime. One of the investors got hold of the father the other day and pleaded to get the sons to pay him back. And in an email, he turned around and he said, I can't get involved in this. I have nothing to do with Africrypt. Meanwhile, we have proof he has.
And that he's with his sons in Dubai. It's funny, this Dubai story. We know the Guptas are there, and quite a few other miscreants end up in Dubai. Is it hard to get them extradited from?
We've just signed a treaty with them. So, there's a process in every country. Once we obtain a red Interpol notice, which we are gunning flat out for, we will go and have them arrested. And whether they get arrested and they get bail in Dubai, or if they're in Turkey, or if they're in Greece, or wherever they are, we will find them. And then they will obviously have the opportunity to fight the extradition order. This is why the police and that we've been working very much in the background with the police for quite a while. They are solidifying their case to make it 100% so that when that red Interpol notice is issued, there are going to be no arguments in court. They're just going to have to come back. And it can take 2, 3 years, 4 years for us to get them back. We're going to get them back. There's no doubt about it. They've ruined lives, they've ruined families. People are selling their houses, their cars now. People are unemployed. It's just a joke what these little guys did. They actually have no morals whatsoever. There was a thing on Broke Boys last night, just after Carte Blanche feud, and they were asking their friends, "Did you see us on TV?"
On what is Broke Boys?
Broke Boys is it's like an Instagram site that all these youngsters follow these guys around, and there's a video going around of them where they in Lamborghinis and drinking champagne and smoking marijuana, and it's public. It's all over YouTube.
And the way they lived in South Africa, you talk about Lamborghinis, was surely guys of 18 and 21. If you're selling them a Lamborghini, you've got to think twice where the money came from.
Well, that's the next question. So they were very good at presenting themselves. Raees is very good and well spoken. So whether they were trading in Bitcoin, and in today's, if a guy comes and he's going to do an EFT into your account, cash for Lamborghini, doesn't matter what salesman you are, you're going to take the sell. It was ridiculous. It was 260,000 Rand for Lamborghini exhaust, 300,000 Rand for a spoiler putting onto the Lamborghini, 250,000 Rand for a watch, 75,000 Rand for leather jackets, 495,000 trips to the Maldives, 600,000 trips to Dubai, all on Emirates business class.
Have you ever come? Yeah. Have you come across something similar to this in your career?
We're busy with another Bitcoin scam. It's about 200 million, but these guys, they weren't that flashy and they weren't so brazen. And our outlook on this other scam, Embedded Downloads, which is an Irish company, is that when Bitcoin was only about $3,000 or $4,000, that they now cash in the Bitcoin and spend the money instead of waiting and hanging on to it. I think it's up to $50,000 now, nearly. If they had hung on to that, they would have been able to pay the people back. There's also criminal cases on that through Ireland. We're waiting for Interpol to give the police an instruction to interview one more guy in South Africa, and then a warrant of arrest will be placed via Ireland for the one brother in South Africa and the other brother in Ireland. So these Bitcoin guys, I think they can get away with it, but there's a paper trail, and the law is the law.